What's going on, guys? Zephyrnix here. I'm actually playing some One Piece Pirate Warriors here with my boy Usopp. Usopp, the man who commands an army of 10,000 men. Honestly. But anyway, so I'm going to do that real quick here. I'm going to go ahead and play the Buggy the Clown one. I think I'll play on Nami stage and see if I can get a higher score. Alright, so I want to go ahead and tell you guys a story here. So a lot of you already know I applied for a job at Microsoft, right? And I went ahead and I was actually up against two other guys out there. Basically, I had to go ahead and do a presentation, and then I had to go ahead and do a demonstration. So my demonstration was actually on Microsoft Cloud. Other people did a demonstration on other things, but long story short, I didn't get the job done. But hold on, my boy Usopp. Oh, was it? Was it actually 8,000? I thought it was 10,000. 8,000, 10,000, whatever. He got a lot of them lackeys. So, let me take out this one guy first. So this is what happened, right? So you guys know I didn't get that job, right? Now, someone actually asked me before, what do I do? I forget who asked me that. Someone asked me what I do. And to answer your question, I am a technical support specialist, but I am one of those guys who's actually, I'm self-employed basically. So that means that if someone, what they do is they call me, companies or someone calls me, they ask me for, if I want to go ahead and, they ask me either sales questions or if something's happening to their system, they go ahead and give me a call, and I go ahead and I either answer the question or I fix the problem for them, whatever the case may be, so that's my job. Now, with that being said, though, like I haven't been making as much money as I want to, so. There you go, bang. So what happened was, though, is I decided that maybe I need to stop outsourcing myself and maybe I need to go ahead and just kind of get back out there in the workforce. So, I mean, it's been real heartbreaking that I got to go ahead and kind of close my job down, what I love doing. And even though I've been doing it for a while, and it was bringing in some decent money at a point. But it's not as good as it used to be, So, I kind of had to let it go. But, so what happened was that at the same time that I actually got that notice saying that I didn't get the position, I wind up actually getting, my wife actually picked up on something interesting. She found like a little thing there, right? And she asked me, she said, is this real? And she saw an article that was talking about, what do you call that? A position for a game advisor. Now, I'm like, really? Game advisor? Like, are we going back in the day of Nintendo Power? Remember those old? I'm not sure if you guys are old enough to know that, but Nintendo used to have one of those. I'm like, okay, the thing sounds stupid, but at the same time, the company that's behind it was legit. So I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call. So it was a third-party company, by the way. So what happened was, I was like, okay. So I went ahead and gave a call, right? And what happened was that I wound up getting a call back and for a first interview. Now, she was, keep in mind, this is right on the heels of when I didn't get the job for Microsoft. Now, what happened was, she actually, she asked me questions like, like what my background is in gaming and what games I play and things of that nature, right? So I told her, I was like, well, I play a lot of different games, RPGs, it doesn't really matter. I play all kinds of games, Battlefield, RP, it doesn't matter, basically. So she said, okay, and so, she asked me to name some games in particular, so I was like Dragon Age, Mass Effect, and some other games out there. I forget exactly what I named it a while ago. So what happened was that she was like, and do you have an Xbox Live Gold account? Well, yes, I do. So she was like, okay, well, and she was like, okay with the whole Xbox Live Gold thing account, right? So here's the problem. Not a problem, but here's the situation. This is where things got really, really interesting. So I went ahead and I said, okay, well, if that's the, she said, do you have any questions for me? And I said, well, just one. Which gaming company am I working for? Is it Microsoft? I assumed it was Microsoft because she asked me, was I playing, did I have an Xbox Live Gold account, right? A good reason, right? She goes, no. Electronic Arts. And I stood there for a second. She was like, hello? And I was like, oh, Electronic Arts? Are you serious? I was like, EA? You know, for those who don't know, called Electronic Arts, it's actually, you know, EA is what it's called, you know? Yeah, I know people are like, wait, Zeph, we don't really know what EA stands for. You'd be surprised, man. So I was like, yeah, EA apparently. So she was like, okay, well, if they want to go ahead and continue, what they'll do is they'll go ahead and set up for a secondary interview, right? So I said, okay, well, that sounds like a plan. So what happened was that, and this was a long time ago, right? Well, I mean, not too long ago, but still, it was a while ago. So what happened was just recently, oh, I missed one of those guys over there. So just recently, she called me back, and keep in mind, it was like I said before, this was like 3 weeks ago, maybe before, like almost a month ago. She called me back and was like, "Hey, did you still want the position? Because they actually were looking to get a, you know, kind of talk to you personally." Oh, well, yeah, I would actually like to get the interview, so let's go and do this. So she's like, okay, we'll set it up for, you know, today. The date, I'm looking at the date, look at the date that I actually upload this video. That's the day that they asked me to come here. So what happened was, I was like, okay. So what happened was is that I did that. So I went ahead and had the interview, right? And so we had a long discussion. They was like, do you have a, what kind of games you play? So I named a lot of games. Of course, being me, I made sure I named Electronic Art games too. You know, let them know I was a big BioWare fan, you know, so, which I am. And, you know, it's sucking up, but it ain't lie. There's a difference between sucking up and sucking up with a lie. It ain't lie. I love me some BioWare. So, here's the situation though. So, not that, but you get the idea. There's no situation, just saying. I'm just used to saying that. So, what happened was is that, she also asked me if I had an Xbox Live Gold account and you know, a PlayStation Premium account. So I was like, well, I have an Xbox Live Gold account. If you mean, when you say Premium, if you mean PlayStation Plus, then yes, I have a PlayStation Plus account. And, you know, I made sure I said that because I was like, I don't know if they're trying to trick me or, you know, if they're trying to, you know, see, oh, this guy talking about, he ain't no gamer. He talking about he got a PlayStation Premium account. Like, if he was a real gamer, they would call it a Plus instantly. So I made sure I called it a Plus, you know, just in case that was the case. So, anyway, what happened was is that they basically, let me see what happened. I'm trying to figure out exactly how it went down. Okay, so anyway, I had to remember, sorry. I've been doing a lot today. So after that, right, I wound up hanging up the phone with them. Oh, no, I asked them too. She asked me, she said, well, what did the recruiter say this job was? And I was like, well, they were telling me that it was a game advisor job, you know? And she was like, well, no, it's a technical support position. And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of figured that. Her description was really weird, you know, and honestly, it was. I mean, a game advisor thing, that's like back in the day of Nintendo Power and stuff like that. Well, you know, people don't need that, you know? Hey, how do I get this area, how do I get past this part, you know, with the big troll lady with the 6 titties, you know? There was an actual character with that too, by the way. But anyway, so, after that, I hung up the phone with them. We was all good. You know, it was a great interview. I thought so. So what happened was I wound up having to go to college to do some extra work over there, right? You know, making some money over there. And so while I was at the college in the meeting, it looks like I failed a quest of some sort. I wasn't really reading what the quest was. So, oh well. So what happened was is that she had called me back, right? The recruiter from the original lady, and she was like, how do you think the interview went? And I was like, you know, I thought it went pretty well. I mean, we had great chemistry. It looks like a definite job I'm definitely interested in, you know, and I think, I can't wait to get started. She was like, good, because you got the position. And I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, it looks like your friendly neighborhood Zephyrnix is actually working for Electronic Arts. It took me 9 minutes to say that whole goddamn story because of this goddamn game, but, you know, anyway, that's pretty much what happened. Just say it. So, I mean, am I happy about the position? I am. The pay is not as much as I would like it to be, in all honesty, and I wish it was a little bit more. You know, it's like, but at the same time, if I'm doing that job and I'm actually, you know, I got my side business on, which I was doing, you know, I'm still making way more than ends meet, you know. Keep in mind, my ends meet, you know, and I said I was doing ends meet, I think I said in the beginning of the video, in which I was, but, you know, without the job, I was doing just barely make ends meet, but you gotta understand, my ends meet is a lot different than, you know, other people's ends meet, you know. Dude, what is going on with this map on the right-hand side? Like, I don't know. Anyway. It's like, am I pressing something actually to make the map go that way? But anyway, so, yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. So, I wound up, I got the position. So, I mean, and it's a work from home position as well. So, I was like, okay, well, it's a work from home position. I'm kind of, you know, not, you know, I'm kind of good with that because of the fact that if it's a work from home, but if it's a work from home, I see the guys coming from behind there. If it's a work from home position, that allows me, like I said before, to go ahead and do some other work on the side there. So it works out. So that's me. I mean, that's pretty much it. I am your friendly neighborhood Zephyrnix, now a lowly employee of Electronic Arts. Technical support team. And which is actually pretty damn good. You know, I got no problem with that whatsoever, you know. So, yeah, there you go. Surprisingly. You know, it's like, and I keep saying surprisingly because I really wasn't expecting it. Thought I can get off that last hit, but... Oh. There you go. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of done with the video here. But I mean, hey, I'm gonna just go ahead and finish the gameplay, right? So let's talk about what's going on the screen now. I'm gonna talk about my life there. You know, yeah, it's kind of like honestly though, one thing that kind of gets me about this job, it's like I'm going back to regular employment. You know, it's because like the work, you know, things this day and age, it's hard. You know, I definitely get that. It's hard, you know, this day and age. It's like, you know, I mean, I was a guy who worked for owned his own business and worked for himself for a good while. And I was making great money. And like I said before, it was never the fact I was unemployed, but it's like now, it's like crap, you know? So it's kind of, it's not bad that I'm actually going ahead and you know, working for Electronic Arts. Far from it, that's not the point. It's just, you know, I even though it's a work from home position too, you know, so it's really nothing has changed, I guess. You know, I was doing a work from home position before, you know, it was just I was more free. And, you know, so, I mean, I guess overall it's not really a bad thing at all. So, I mean, I guess I'm kind of like making it to be somewhat of a bad thing when it's not at all. You know, so, and, you know, it's not that I'm not thankful. I know a lot of people are like, well, you're not being thankful, Zeph. No. Dude, you don't get it. That's not the case. You know, it's not the fact, it's far from the fact I'm not thankful. It's just, you know, it's kind of like, it's going to be weird to go, like, actually go back into the workforce. I mean, there's a big, like, I know a lot of people who've never owned their own companies before. So this is a big situation when you go from working from your own company and then all of a sudden having to go and work for for someone else. It's a big transition. I mean, it's a big transition to do it from the beginning when you're actually working for, you know, when you first start working for them. So imagine after that, now you got to go ahead and start working for someone else. I mean, that's a big transition. You know, that's just the truth. A lot of people, I mean, like I said, a lot of people don't really understand it because a lot of you never worked for, you know, you've always worked for another company. You know, you've always worked for someone. You know, I haven't done that, so it is kind of weird for me right now. You know, but it's not that I'm not thankful for it. I really can't wait, especially Electronic Arts. I mean, you know, that is one thing I'm really looking forward to. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. What else to say, you know? I mean, who wouldn't be excited? I mean, even I mean, I don't know. A lot of people's like, oh, Electronic Arts is such a bad company. Does it really matter, dude? Like, you can always tell people who don't got jobs, who's really talking about, oh, well, Electronic Arts, you shouldn't work for them, dude. They're bad. And you ain't got a job, do you? You know? I'm just saying. You know? I'm like, I don't care what you call it, bad company. If I gotta work. I know a lot of people gonna be like, you know, oh, definitely, you went from one bad company to another. You know? But honestly, I'm gonna tell you right now, from what I've seen so far, and I'll definitely guys give you like the insights on how I see the company, you know. But honestly, from what I see from this point of view, I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand why people call them the worst company, whatever. Because from when I talk to the people right now, like, I mean, I haven't had the official orientation, but from what I'm talking to right now, and like I've talked to, you know, I've talked to some of the people there, it seems okay. Oh man, 1, 2, and I forget that move is like Chinese Star or something like that. So, like I said before, I never really understood why people oh, Zoro, there you go. Alright, let's finish this up. Yeah, boy! So, yeah. That's it. That's pretty much it. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I just went ahead and beat this boy with Usopp! My boy Usopp. Look at him. Look, he's so badass, he ain't gotta look at you with 2 eyes. He gotta look at you with 1 eye. Like, you ain't worth 2 eyes for him. You know, I'm just saying. You know, plus I just unlocked them. So you guys know I like to do my endings with the rate, comment, subscribe thing. And this one, the subtitles are on, so I can't do the rate, comment, subscribe him. But when the subtitles come on, just pretend it says rate, comment, subscribe, okay? Okay, I'm out.